Maybe no, maybe he did. Yeah, you're right. Maybe he did. Maybe.
I'm not good with numbers. So yeah, I don't really study a whole lot of statistics.
Well, sir, let me help you out with a little statistic here. Okay, if Donald
Okay.
Trump did add 1 trillion jobs, okay, which
Uh-huh.
is again not possible because there's like 360 million people in the United States. Okay, if he
Yeah.
did add 1 trillion jobs, which would be, I mean, honestly impressive, mostly because it's impossible. That would be very bad for the United States because then we would have about, I don't know, 700 million unfilled jobs.
Got you. That's good math. Um, so who do you support?
Uh, the United America and the people in it.
You know we can't do anything to control that Trump's in office, right? Unless we do an
Yeah, we
impeachment.
can.
And do you have any statistics on the impeachment?
Sir, even if we can't control whether he's in office, doesn't mean that we can't be critical of our elected officials.
Got you. Um, so the assassination attempt thing. What about that? How do you feel about that?
I think it's horrible that anybody tries to kill anyone.
Exactly. But I don't know. That just seemed like a setup to me, man. It seemed like to me it was staged.
What you mean, the one where he was on stage and somehow got hit with a
Yeah.
bullet in the ear, but yet somehow
yeah,
his
that.
ear is fine?
Yeah, that. Yeah, like literally came in on TV the next day and his ear was like fine. He's like 80. So how is he healing up that good?
Because he didn't get shot.
Uh-oh. Well, I guess one last question before I get up the phone. What do you think? Why do you think they staged that?
Out of his stage, not. I know he didn't. I know he didn't get shot.
Damn. Well, I'm gonna continue watching your stream, man. I was fucking bored, so I was like, I'm gonna call.
Well, I'm also bored, so that's cool.
Oh man, if you want to keep talking, we keep talking.
Do you like long walks on the beach?
No, I like the mountains more.
You like long walks in the
So, oh
mountains?
yeah, wait, how old are you? I forgot to ask you that.
I'm 38.
No, you look like 25, dude.
Oh, thank you.
I guess you're just like, are you black and white mixed?
I am. ASL.
Well, that's pretty hot. Are you married?
I'm not. No.
Are you into guys?
No, I'm not.
Don't lie to me.
I don't need to. Yeah, you don't sound like my type
I
anyway.
have a lot. I have a lot of gay.
Anyways, hello. How are you?
Hey, hello, how are you?
Hi. How old are you?
40.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Some things yes, some things no.
Awesome. What do you support?
I supported that he closed the border.
He
I
closed the
think it's
border.
something. I guess he made it more secure, a little more secure than it was in the previous 4 years.
And why wasn't it so?
Right.
How was it not secure before?
There were a lot of people being allowed in. There were a lot of holes. There were a lot of not as much security as it should have been.
And why
But
wasn't there as much?
From what I heard, I
Mhm.
heard that over close to 10 million, which might be exaggerated, but I heard that close to 10 million people have came in the last 4 years
Yeah, that's not
in the
correct.
previous administration. And so, what's the number that you think it was?
Well, you mean undocumented or documented?
Undocumented.
1.7, approximate.
That's. And why do you think so?
Because that's
Or do you
what
know,
literally.
or do you know so?
No, I mean obviously that's an approximate number. We don't know exactly how many people come
Yeah.
into a country undocumented. No one can possibly know that number.
Mm.
But off of
And
estimates, it's about 1.7.
okay.
But yeah, somewhere in there.
And then the other thing, I support him that he took away the restrictions of the showers, so we get more water in our shower. And he took away the restriction, or he will take away the restriction of taking off the shoes on the TSA. That's it.
That one I
about it.
actually do support. That
That's
one I'm
all
that,
I support from Trump.
that one I'm with. I am very with. I like I've said multiple times. I am 100% cool with not having to take off my shoes at the airport. That is one thing. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about with the showers though. You're gonna have to
So
elaborate
they
on
do.
that
I
one.
build homes. So there's a restriction in the volume or the amount of the flow of water you get through the shower. I don't know if you.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, there's a restriction. So we at most where we get it's 3.3 gallons a minute.
This sounds like some California shit. Are you in California?
No, it's not California. It's national. It's national. I build homes. That's what I do.
I'm not saying you don't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this sounds like some California shit. Where do you build
No,
homes
it's
at?
right now in Louisiana, but I built in Florida, and it's the same. It is the same.
Oh,
I
I don't know
have friends
anything about
who build homes in South Carolina, and it's the same, or used to be the same.
I'm
They
not,
took
dude.
that
I'm not
restriction
saying you're
away.
wrong. I'm just asking some questions. Relax.
Hey, don't get feisty, dog.
I'm not. You're getting all like defensive. I'm like, I don't know why you're getting
I'm
defensive.
serious.
I don't know anything about this. I'm just asking
Oh
questions.
no, that's what I'm. Yeah, no, it is. But that's about it. There's not much else. I would say this, right? I'm not originally from the United States, right? I was born somewhere else. I've been here for 25 years. Me and my family came legally here. So my mom came first about 30 years ago, and then we came after, my sister and I. And I think, to me, right, I've been here for 25 years. I have never seen the country so divided as it is now, right? And I have never felt such animosity from American citizens towards immigration. And I think that was the biggest, how can I say, legacy, not just towards immigrants, maybe towards immigrants, the biggest legacy that Donald Trump will leave to American people, right? I don't think there's anything else that he will do that will remain after he's gone in 3 years and a half as much as there will, the divideness. I think that's going to take a while to go away. I think the tariffs, the next president will come and he will
Hold
just.
on, but you're supporting
up.
the division. You're supporting the division.
No, I do not.
Well, sir, you're the one up
division.
here talking about Donald Trump's policies and whether you support them.
No,
and like
no,
all
I
sorts of
support
stuff.
those three. That's it. Everything else I don't.
Sir,
Right?
if Donald Trump's immigration policy is sending people to literal foreign prisons to be
It
tortured.
fucking sucks. Yeah, sorry for cursing. Yeah,
No,
it
but
sucks.
sir, but sir,
Nobody
you're the-
knew that was going to happen. I mean, I didn't know that.
Yes,
was
I
gonna
did.
happen.
He literally said when he was campaigning that this shit was going to happen. What are you talking about?
No, he said some stupid things that immigrants were eating cats and dogs and everyone was rapist, and I never agreed to that, and people around me didn't agree to that, but I guess no one, because he was president before, 4 years before, and he didn't do what he's doing now.
Sir, that's what
agree.
you understand is that Donald Trump's rhetoric when he says like they're eating the cats, the dogs, or they're emptying asylums, or they're emptying prisons, or they're vermin that are poisoning the blood of our country. When he says things like this, that's what we call dehumanizing rhetoric. Okay, do you understand what I mean by that?
No.
Okay, so it's using language that is making people seem less than human. Okay, and when you have people that are less than human, okay, then you can do whatever the hell you want to them. Okay, when you call them things like vermin, it means that now they're not real people, so you can just do whatever the hell you want to them. So when you send human beings to be tortured in prison, that's horrific. When you send vermin to be tortured in prison, who cares, right? Vermin are like rats, right? Or like, or cockroaches or some shit like that. Nobody cares if they're suffering or like whatever, except for like, I don't know, maybe if you're in PETA or some shit, Yeah. But for the most part, nobody cares, right? But when you start talking about humans like that, what it does is it opens up the ability for you to treat those human like they're less than humans. Okay? And when Donald Trump comes out with rhetoric and says these sorts of things, you have to expect that less than human rhetoric, human actions are going to come from this, right? When Donald Trump was campaigning and said that, that immigrants are vermin that are poisoning the blood of our nation. That's directly quoted out of literally Hitler's book. Okay. Oh, he left. I thought I was having a nice, peaceful conversation. That is direct language out of Hitler's book, dude. So when he treats people horribly like that, you can't be upset about it, right? You can't be upset when he treats people less than human when being after saying he's going to, you know? Anyways, I don't know where he just went. He just ran off. All right, we'll try a TikTok guest real quick. We'll see if we can get it going. Y'all, if y'all would like to support, I really, really appreciate you guys. I said I was trying to get like 8 new subs and 9 new members today, and I'm at 1 total. I want to hit my goal tonight, y'all. I think we can do it. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
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 Bro.
What is your... So you don't support Trump? You're a Democrat?
Yeah, I'm not listening to you chew, okay? So, bye. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Literally, like... Is it weird I could smell him? Is that weird? I don't know. I felt like I could smell him. And I didn't enjoy it. Hello, how are you?
Good. What's up?
Good. How old are you?
42.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
I like what he did with the border. I like what he's doing about the economy.
Sharif, I could have made like $50. It just needed that one first guest not to come up. You understand that? Just that one first guest. I think I've talked about every single one of them about immigration except for that. That's fine. Anyways, sorry, immigration, economy. What else?
Right now, immigration, economy. Obviously, what he's doing with the stock market, crypto.
All right, awesome.
So far.
Let's start with immigration. What do you appreciate that Donald Trump did with immigration?
Well, I think there was a lot of people coming from all the countries and actually taking advantage of the benefits down here, and it was actually hurting the American people that actually needed it.
And who was taking advantage of stuff?
Well, obviously, we're talking about immigration, right?
And how were they taking advantage of it? Ryan, thank you so much for the gifted. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Well, in my opinion, they were actually getting more help than a regular American citizen.
Awesome. What help were they getting?
But they were getting more money. They were getting cash. They were getting hotels.
You mean they were being allowed to not be homeless and like, given enough food to eat?
I know, but how many Americans are homeless?
Tons, actually. And there's plenty of bills out there to help them also. And most of those are blocked by Republicans. Actually, the Biden administration actually had the...
I'm not talking about... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, saying the Biden administration actually had the End Homelessness Act, which would have helped a whole bunch of homeless people to help them get into homes or whatever, but the Republicans stopped that.
Who's that? Who'd you say, Biden?
Yeah, under the Biden administration, the End Homelessness Act was introduced into Congress.
I thought you didn't like Biden, though.
I didn't say I did. I said under his administration, there was the End to Homelessness Act.
About Trump? Am I allowed to talk about Biden and previous
presidency?
Hey,
how about this? How about this, sir? Under the Trump administration, there was Operation Warp Speed.
Yes.
Okay. If I mention a bill that happened under Trump, does that mean that I like or dislike Trump?
I don't know. You tell me.
No, I'm asking you because apparently you think that if I mention a bill that was introduced that happened under the Biden administration, that somehow that is an endorsement of Biden.
Well, we're talking about what I think
Awesome.
it
What
was
I
actually
was
good
talking about,
for.
sir, was that the fact that you said that people in the United States, okay, immigrants that were coming here were
Uh,
given enough food and enough shelter to not starve or freeze to death in winter. And you said there's people in the United States that are
yes,
also homeless, which I agree with. I think that that's absolutely horrible, which is why I support
exactly.
legislation, regardless of who it's from, that helps our homeless people in the United States. The problem is that the Republicans in this country keep blocking legislation that helps
Okay,
homeless
so
people. Okay, so don't get
but
mad.
why?
Don't get mad. I'm sorry, sir, but don't get mad that people people like immigrants are getting help in the United States when Republicans are also blocking legislation that helps homeless people. I think that they should both be able to get helped. Why is that a bad thing?
No, I was not getting mad about that. I was getting a little bit mad because you were talking about Biden and the Biden term, and I have seen you talking to other people whenever they're trying to talk about other terms from other presidents. You're like, oh no, we're not talking about them. We got to stay with Trump.
Sir,
So
do
that's
you
why I said
support
that.
legislation that helps homeless people or not?
Of course.
Then why are you trying to make me saying that there was a bill under the Biden administration that helped homeless people about Biden?
Okay, so what is the problem now? Why is trying to
What's Donald Trump?
stop the flow?
What's happening right now to help
What?
homeless people?
No. We're talking about immigration, right?
No. You said that that immigrants are they're coming over and they're getting all these advantages that American citizens aren't getting. Okay.
Exactly.
And I completely disagree with that because again, when we talk about asylum seekers in the country, which are the only people that were getting any type of housing assistance whatsoever, and it was temporary. I think it was no more than 3
So-
months.
so you
Hold
think that's
on,
good?
sir. Before it's not your turn to respond yet. Let me finish what I'm saying, and then you're more than happy to respond. Okay.
All right.
So, asylum seekers in this country were given at the highest $12.50 per person a day in New York City, which is not enough to even really eat off of in any way, shape, or form. That was the most amount of money that anyone was given in the United States. So they were just given
I
enough
don't
money.
believe that.
You cannot believe it all you want. I'm not asking for your opinion or your belief. I'm telling you what happened. Okay. So that was the most amount of money that they were given. And that was literally just a food stipend. So they didn't starve to death. Okay. Then on top of that, they were given temporary housing. I think 3 months, maybe it was 4 months. I'm not going to be 100% sure on that. But it was 3 or 4 months of temporary housing in places like hotels, condemned hotels, so that they didn't freeze to death in winters. Okay. So me, as a humanist, as somebody who, just truly just supports humanity and helping people, right? I think that not allowing people to starve to death and not allowing people to freeze to death is a good thing, right? I also agree with any legislation that we could also get that could help American citizens not freeze to death or starve to death. I agree with that 100% also. Okay. But what is your problem with under the Biden administration, because we are talking about the differences between the immigration and the immigration of the Biden and the Trump administrations, with putting people up in a place where they do not starve and they don't freeze to death?
I didn't say that I had a problem with that. All I'm saying is right now is how many people literally crossed the border, and how many people, were actually not having the right documents that we didn't know who they were, right? And how many people be like Trump right now actually sending back that are actually criminals? You have to look at that too. You can't just blindly say, oh, we just helping everybody that comes, we're just gonna help everybody, and just spend the American dollars.
I didn't say that. And yes, you
with
did say
every
that, sir.
Immigrant out here.
Sir, you did say that. You're lying. You specifically said all of these migrants are coming over here and they're getting food money and they're getting housing and they're
Yes.
staying in hotels, all sort of stuff. You did say that.
Yes.
Okay. And you said you had a
Yes, I
problem
did.
with it. So again, I will ask you a second
Yeah.
time, what is your problem with people
Uh-huh.
not starving and freezing to death?
I'm talking about the amount of people that came in, right? And the American people have to actually pay for all that. So
That's
I don't
not
got no
true.
problem with that. The problem that I have is, right, we letting them in, basically. And as American people, we actually have to carry that burden.
No, we don't. And
But
in the year
then,
2024 alone, in the year 2024 alone, undocumented migrants spent less than are paid or sorry, undocumented immigrants cost the federal government less than $40 million or $40 billion. It's like 34 or 36. I can't remember the exact number. And they paid almost
Where
100.
are you getting this
Sir,
information from CNN?
sir,
CNN.
sir. First of all, I'm in the middle of a sentence. Act like an adult. Okay. Awesome.
Hey, this is
So,
a
second of
debate
all,
here, right?
nobody watches CNN. Okay. Whenever I hear
Okay,
someone,
I'm
like
glad that
whenever
you
I
don't.
hear anyone on, like literally on my live say, "Where are you getting that from, CNN?" I know all you do is watch Fox News. Because
I
the
don't watch
only
Fox News
person,
either.
because the only people
Okay.
that say that the left watches CNN is Fox News. They're the only people that says
Yeah,
it.
but I
They're
don't
the
watch
only
Fox,
people.
though.
Well, you're a liar. So, anyways, what I was
I'm being
literally
honest.
saying, and I was
I
in
don't
the
watch
middle of
Fox.
a sentence saying before you very, very poorly cut me off. Okay. What I actually said was they actually contributed almost $100 billion in federal, state, and local taxes last year. So not only is the American taxpayer not picking up the bill for undocumented immigrants are picking up the bill for American citizens.
I actually disagree. We can agree, disagree, and I believe
That's not an
you know,
agreement to disagreement.
we disagree
That is
there.
100% verifiable fact that happened. You don't get to
Then
disagree with
again, you
facts.
just saying it, but you gotta, you
want me
gotta
to prove
put
it?
the
I can.
information where it's coming from.
Yeah, not a problem.
You gotta.
Center for Immigration Studies has an amazing study on it. So does Pew Research Center. I can pull them up if you need.
Okay, I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, it's not hard to
But the
find,
thing
sir.
is, you
Sir,
said
are you
what?
talking to me like on are
Almost
you talking to
$100
me like on an
billion?
iPhone?
No, I'm what?
Are you talking to me like on an
You said
iPhone or something?
iPhone? No.
Oh, you're not talking to me on a smartphone?
Oh no. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, you could take that smartphone, okay, and you could just Google what I'm saying and you would find it instantly.
Nah, I'm too slow doing that right now.
I agree.
Yeah, you agree?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
No, but you know
you
what? It's
talk
not a
about,
matter of you being
talking
slow, sir.
smart.
It's not a matter of you. It's truly not a matter of you being slow. Okay. It's
Okay.
not. It's really not a matter of you being slow. No,
definitely not.
truly, it's not. It's a matter of you being
Definitely not.
intentionally ignorant. Right?
You see what I'm saying? Like those words that you actually tell people. Like I'm just trying to have a regular conversation.
Right.
And you
But
just throw
sir,
words
but
out
sir,
there.
if
and then you're trying to tell me that
Awesome,
I'm the
sir.
one getting mad.
I'm not
getting
no,
mad.
I didn't say
all.
you were getting mad, sir. I literally am asking you.
You
I am
did
telling
say
you
that
that you are
earlier.
saying that the numbers
You
that I am
said that
saying,
earlier.
sir, you are saying that the numbers that I am saying are incorrect, and I'm telling you, you could look up the numbers whenever you want. Okay, so that's part of the conversation. That's it. Is you could look up these numbers and you could actually understand. You could actually look at the numbers and the data and actually be right. But you're specifically choosing not to be right. You are choosing not to look at information that you don't like. Okay.
No,
and you're choosing
I'm
just
saying
to
here that
specifically concentrate on
for
information
the conversation
that you
to
do like.
continue, I didn't want to do that. Basically, for our conversation
Why
to
would I
continue,
want to
I
listen
didn't
to a
want to just go and
conversation
do
with somebody
something
who
else.
doesn't want to look up facts?
I'm just you haven't looked up them either. So you know what I'm saying? You haven't
Okay.
show anything. But I don't want you to actually look at them either. I'm just having a conversation, and I'm just telling you
Nope,
that I
already
don't
done
agree
and
with-
on the screen for everybody to see.
Okay. Well, I can't look at it because I'm actually in the phone, so it would stop the whole thing. But no matter what, you said what, $100 billion?
I said almost $100 billion. It's actually 96.7.
$96 billion. So you don't think that's a lot of money?
That is a lot of money.
Okay. Exactly. That's exactly the point.
Yeah,
So-
that's
so
a
my
lot,
point
sir.
is,
Sir,
our
that's
dollars
sir.
are-
Sir, that's the amount of money that undocumented immigrants paid in taxes.
What?
That is the amount of money that undocumented immigrants paid in taxes.
And how much money they receive?
Huh?
And how much money they receive from the government?
About 35 or 36 billion.
No, so something is wrong. You know what? I'll look into it. I'll look into it.
You should.
But I don't I don't believe that's the right numbers, and I gotta see like where you getting that information.
Yeah, that again, this information is very
But
easily findable, sir. When you're talking about migrants coming in and the American taxpayer having to pick up their benefits, it's just simply not true. Because undocumented immigrants pay taxes, and not only do they pay taxes, but they don't get any of the benefits of those taxes that American citizens get.
So you're
right?
telling me that they don't go to the doctor, they don't go to the dentist.
Of course they do.
You know,
well, they don't go to the dentist.
but that's what I'm saying. There has to be a lot.
I mean, if
more
they
money
do
than
go to
that
the dentist, they have to pay for it. So
no, because they get Medicaid.
They don't get Medicaid.
So that's what I'm saying. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I know
they
some
don't.
people. Yes, they do.
Undocumented immigrants do not get Medicaid. I'm sorry, you're wrong.
Okay. So
I mean, I'll put that on the
to
screen
me-
too. If
to
that's
me-
that's what we need to do. It's not a big deal.
well, to me, that's an issue.
Sure. What do you
because not
need?
only
Let me
that-
ask you a question. What do you need to apply for Medicaid?
What do I need?
Yeah,
That's a good question. Like Social Security.
that'd be a start. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. But then how are they getting all that then?
They're not.
Okay. So you telling me what Doge found is not true.
What Doge found? Doge said a whole bunch of shit.
I know.
Yeah. But if
That's what
they
I'm
said that
saying. There's a lot of
undocumented immigrants were
corruption,
getting
a lot of
Medicaid,
things going
then
on.
yeah, they lied.
Who like Doge?
Doge lied a lot.
Oh, okay. So see what I'm saying? So okay.
I mean, they
so we could
did.
agree
It was
to
literal
disagree.
provable things
See what I'm saying?
that
So
Doge
now
lied about, like
Doge
all the way across the
say,
board.
oh,
What are you talking about?
I guess. Then see what I'm saying? I can't. Then we can't really, say.
So let me get this straight, sir,
information
because
here,
I
or
actually
you got it,
fact-checked Doge and actually looked into what they said they were actually catching. Because I looked into it, I'm the bad guy, and because you believed blindly, you're not. That doesn't make any
I never said
sense.
you were the bad guy. I said that we could agree and disagree.
That's not
and then we
agree
could
or
continue
disagree,
talking
sir.
about it.
I looked into the things that Doge said that they were finding, and a lot of it was bullshit. You looked into nothing and just believed blindly like a sheep.
Nothing. Okay, I look into nothing. How are you assuming that?
Because if you looked into it, you would easily see that undocumented immigrants don't get Medicaid.
Okay, yeah, I'm blind now. Okay.
I mean, not like physically,
God.
maybe mentally.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at the stuff that I research, and you look at your own stuff that you research.
Awesome. Where can I find that?
Somebody has to be wrong. Right?
Yeah,
Somebody
awesome.
gotta
So
be
where can
wrong.
I find that undocumented immigrants get Medicaid? I'll put it on the screen so you can prove me wrong. How about that?
No, I don't keep like that and like somewhere write it down. You know what I'm saying?
Well, where'd you find it at? Just tell me where you found it at.
Well, I could tell you. You know the YouTuber Benny.
No.
You know the YouTuber. What's his name?
No.
Jimmy Dore.
I don't know any YouTubers.
I watch Jimmy Dore.
Sorry, I do know a few.
You know,
I mean, like I watch a few YouTubers. I watch. I'll be honest with you. I did watch a little bit of Tim the Tap Man today. I did watch some of that. That was fun, and I really like Josh Johnson. Josh Johnson's like one of my favorite.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I like Tim the Tap Man. He's great. I watch him too.
Yeah, but I don't know any of these other people that you're talking about.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like you don't know that, right?
Sir, I don't
So
want.
you don't know
I don't. YouTubers can say whatever.
No, but they're not saying it. They showing the research, right? It's not like they just saying it, right? They showing it where it's coming from.
Then where did it come from? That's what
actually
I'm asking you for.
But that's the thing. Like, obviously, I don't like if I wanted to show you something, I'm gonna have to go there, and then I have to stop the conversation.
Well, how about this? How about this? How about next time
be.
you go? How about you go rewatch all your right wing crazy, like YouTubers that you watch,
Right?
and then
Jimmy
when,
Joe is not even right wing.
sir,
So,
I
see
don't
what I'm
care
saying?
who
Like,
any
you
of these
just
people are.
on your mind
Sir,
thinking
right wing,
that I'm
left
right
wing. You can
all
watch.
the way
You can
because I
watch. You
support
can
Trump.
watch whatever wing of political creator you want. But then next time they actually put up a source, how about you actually look into it and not just follow like a sheep?
But you don't
And
hear
then
yourself
next time, and then
'cause
next time, and then
people
next
call you
time, sir,
Democrat
and then
you
next
get
time.
offended.
Sir,
But
I
then you
don't give
telling
a
me that I'm
fuck
a
if,
right winger.
sir, I don't give a fuck if any of these
And now you
idiots,
don't give a fuck.
sir,
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
sir, I didn't
you
give a
calling me
shit
right
to begin
winger?
with. Okay, your
Yeah, I know.
nervous,
Now you
your
don't give a
nervous
shit.
laughter is telling. Okay,
You
I do
you
not give
you
a
do give a
shit
shit,
if
and then
any
you
of.
don't give
All
a
right,
shit.
sir, how about this? I don't give a fuck about any of these dumb
Oh,
YouTubers. I couldn't give a shit.
okay.
Okay,
So they right winger,
I care
right?
about you giving me a source.
But they right winger, right?
I don't
That's
care.
what you
I
said.
don't know who any of these people are because I
But
do
then
not
why
care
would
about
you
them.
assume?
Okay.
You like to
All right, sir.
assume a
Well,
lot.
I'm literally getting kind of just honestly annoyed with you just glazing a bunch of fucking YouTubers that I don't care about.
Okay.
So I'm
Yeah,
literally
all
just trying to
right.
say a sentence and you're like worried about whether the fucking streamer is left wing or right wing,
Sure.
like I care. Okay?
Yeah, I know you.
I do not care. Go away. God, you're annoying. Jesus. Dave, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. I got to hop off. Have a good one. Love the shirt. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Dave, we will have to get you in here for a train fact very, very soon. So I really appreciate that. Heathen said they have zero idea how hard it is to apply for Medicaid. Obviously. These people think that like, oh, undocumented immigrants are coming over and just being like, hey, give me some Medicaid, please. And they're getting to like sit at home and live off their Medicaid checks. People have literally zero idea how Medicaid works. Zero idea. Zero. It's crazy. Crazy. Thank you so much, Heathen. I really appreciate that. Merkin, thank you so much for the $150 super chat. I really appreciate that. How do you feel about the Trump Putin meeting? I will address that later, Kevin. I do appreciate the super chat though. And Kevin, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I really, really appreciate that. Man, I wanted 8 on TikTok and I wanted 9 on YouTube. So that takes me to 6 on YouTube. I need 3 more. And that puts me to 1 on TikTok. I think I still need 7 more to hit the membership goal for the day. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. If you guys like support, I really, really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for all the support. You guys are really, really awesome. We're going to keep this going with the next caller. If you guys like support, I do have super chats open. Also, like I said, memberships and stuff. I think I need, 3 more on YouTube and 2 more on TikTok or something like that. Really appreciate y'all. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that follow button. That's what's even more important. Make sure y'all hit that follow button and that subscribe button. And turn on notifications. We do this every single day. Hello, how are you? Goodbye. Have a good one. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
8.
8?
Teen.
Awesome. What year were you born?
What?
What year were you born?
2007.
Oh. All right, not interested. Hello, how are you?
Do you sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Nope. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, actually. I just want to say real quick, I do not support Trump. I just
Real quick,
wanted to call
Tara,
in
thank you
'cause,
so much for the 5 gifted, and bye. I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted, though, Tara. I really, really appreciate y'all. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I apologize. Tara gifted 5 subs and then left. I couldn't. I had to say what's up real quick, but go ahead. I apologize.
It's fine, honestly. I wanted to just say thank you because people like you who talk about this sort of stuff give me hope for people like me. I actually am one of those people that one of the previous callers kept going on about how immigrants are stealing benefits from people who are actually in the country. And I just want to say that is complete and utter bullshit. I can't even, like, to put it very bluntly, my family is one of those families that are on those benefits. And because of the policies that Trump has put in place, the amount of money that we were previously getting has been cut in half. And now my disabled husband might have to go back to work just to support us again because of policies that Trump has put in place.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's people like you who take the time to say these sort of things really give me hope that someday some sort of difference might be made, because you really are taking the time to make a difference by calling out the people who don't seem to understand that they're just constantly being lied to.
Let's be very clear, okay? We're making a difference right now. You and I having this conversation right here is making a difference, okay? Like, it might not be the difference that changes the entire political landscape of the United States, but we're making a difference right now, okay? Right now, you and I are having this conversation in front of almost 2,000 people, okay? We are making a difference right now by having these conversations, and they're important. Don't think that for a second that we're not making a difference having these conversations, okay? We are. Is it the whole difference? Is it every difference? No, it's not, okay? But the fact that we have people like you that are willing to come up here and say, look, hey, I am on these benefits, okay? And not being ashamed of it, because there is no shame in it, right?
Yeah,
These benefits are there to help people get back on their feet and to move forward, and for people that really need it, people that are on disability, people that can't. That's what they're for, and there is zero shame for that. And having people like you come up here and saying that is just absolutely amazing and impressive.
Yeah, in all honesty, my partner isn't the only one who's disabled. I'm also disabled, but because mine is undiagnosed as of yet, because the American healthcare system is struggling to keep up with the fact that they can't figure out what exactly is wrong with me, but I don't have the ability to work either. And we have 2 small children that we have to figure out how to support somehow. And it's frustrating because all these people are so pro-life. They're all so pro-life. And it's like, okay, I did it. I had the kids. Now what? Are you going to make sure I can support them? Or are you just going to keep supporting policies that make it so that I actually have to start considering getting a job, which makes it even harder to take care of my kids because my kids need someone at home with them all day. My eldest, my son, he's 4 years old, and he has level 3 autism, as well as he has a major speech impediment. And it's so frustrating how often people look at people like me and look down on us because how dare you have a kid while you're disabled? And it's like, I don't get it. Like, why?
100%. And let's just call a duck what it is, right? Let's just call a duck call a duck a duck, right?
Yeah.
This is not about being pro-life. This is not about saving money or trying to, get rid of fraud within, a certain system or anything like that. This is simply about, first of all, control, right? It's about controlling who can have what and when. And second of all, it is about making sure that you keep the marginalized more marginalized, right? While making sure that the most wealthy stay the most wealthy, okay? Because as long as the marginalized can stay marginalized and under the control of the wealthy, then we are subjugated to people like Donald Trump. We are subjugated to people like Elon Musk, right? We are subjugated to these things, right? And whenever there's a certain mechanism within our government, like any of the things that we're talking about, right? Like we're talking about Medicaid, or we're talking about SNAP, we're talking about WIC, we're talking about any of the multiple different systems that are within our system that help people to just survive and to eat. And they understand that when these systems are in place, right? That when these systems are truly working and these systems are in place, that people have the ability to step their game up, right? They have the ability to work more and to provide for themselves more and contribute to the economy. And they don't want that. They don't want people to be able to have the step up. They don't want people to have a leg forward. They don't want people to thrive in this country. They want people to be subjugated and stay subjugated. And the worst part about it is that the people in this country right now that are supporting the subjugation of the poor more than anyone else are the poor people that are within that system that are the ones being subjugated. Those are the people that are supporting Trump. Those are the people that are supporting these policies. Those are the people that are gung-ho about getting rid of these medical benefits and these SNAP benefits because they think it affects everybody else but them, but it's not everybody else. It is them. Though they are the people that are being held down by this system, and that's what I think is the most sad. And that's what really pisses me off more than anything is just this demonization of people, of immigrants, of the poor, of the trans community, of any of these communities that we have, like just that consistent subjugation and that control over those communities and trying to make people feel like they're better than a certain other group of people because of X, Y, and Z. And really it's just disgusting and it's just blinding and it's sad. It really is sad. Sorry, I soapboxed for a second there. I apologize.
Perfectly fine. In all honesty, I'd probably soapbox it. So sorry, my brain just crapped out for a second there. I'd probably soapbox too if you gave me the opportunity, because another frustrating thing is my partner is on Social Security for the fact that he's disabled. I'm struggling to get on it myself. They keep trying to deny me because it's another policy that not a lot of people realize that Trump enforcing is that it's even harder to get on Social Security now, even when you have like documented issues. Like I've developed pulmonary embolisms in my lungs because of while I was pregnant with my second child. I went through hell to the point where it's actually recommended that I don't get pregnant again because I could die. And that's frustrating, but oh well. But the main thing I'm going on is he gets like $900 a month through Social Security. We get like $500 a month through TANF, which is temporary assistance for needy families. And then we get like maybe $800 to $900 a month for food through food stamps. And that's all we get. And I have to figure out how to pay rent, how to pay internet, how to pay light bill, everything. I have to figure out how to pay every single thing with just that amount of money. And it's super frustrating when you have a kid with disabilities like mine. He is so sensitive to certain food things, which makes it even harder to get proper food for him because he has sensitivities to different vegetables. He has sensitivities if the rice is not cooked the proper way, which, yes, I am very aware that is kind of a bit odd, but he can tell the difference between perfectly cooked rice and undercooked rice, and he will not eat it if the rice is even vaguely undercooked. And it's constantly trying to justify my life to people who've never lived it, to people who don't understand that, like, I am doing everything I can. I make like 7 calls a day just to try to get benefits. And
you don't have to, and you don't have to right now. You shouldn't have to, and you don't have to right now. Okay. The reason, again, why these programs are in place is to make sure everybody deserves to eat. Everybody deserves to have health care. Everybody deserves to not have to worry about where their next meal is. The fact that 1 in 5 children experience, food insecurity in this country is absolutely depressing. Nobody deserves to feel like that. And it does not matter regardless of your circumstance or anything like that. It's just a matter of being human. It's a matter of being human beings, that we all as human beings should all want everyone in this country to have a certain level of security within them, because that is what helps us all to move forward. I want to.
They always.
Oh.
Sorry,
No, you're fine.
I
You're fine.
really don't.
I don't want to cut you off at all because I know you're saying your thing here, and I really really appreciate that. I'm closing in on my 2 hours, and I did want to get to one more guest before we go, but I do want to like truly thank you for sharing your story and for coming up here and for being part of this dialogue. Because truly what you're struggling with is very similar to what a lot of people in this country are struggling with right now. And the fact that you have the balls to get up here and say it, and of course I say that figuratively, but that you have the guts to come up here and say, and say this and tell your story is impressive. It's, it's emboldening. It's absolutely amazing. So I do truly want to appreciate you coming up here and telling your story. And if you need anything, make sure you're like I said, make sure if you want to join my Discord or whatever, like there's room. And if you need to talk to someone or you need help or anything like that, there are so many people in my Discord that help. If I'm not there, that can help and give you someone to talk to and help you with different circumstances or ways to navigate the system, because we know it can be complicated. And I have everything from lawyers and doctors and everybody else in there to be able to help people if needed. So please use that resource if you can, and I really hope that you're able to get the things that you need. All right.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go on the next hour, but W's in the chat. W's in the chat for that caller. That's not easy, right? It's not easy to a lot of us have come up on these lives and stuff like that, and given our stories and given our our circumstances and all that sort of stuff. It's not easy to do that. Okay, it is not easy to come up and talk about the things that are really getting at you. And I understand that that this channel is mostly about me talking to opposition and talking to people on the other side, but that's also important, right? I think that being in these spaces and I'm more guilty of it than anybody else, right? Being in these spaces and trying to make watch expansion of these type of spaces and trying to make sure people are here and engaged, because I do feel like our message is important, and there's a lot that goes into this that really makes it somewhat mechanical to a certain point. I think that sometimes it's easy to forget that there are real people that are really suffering out there, right? Like, we say this, we do these things because there are people suffering, right? And I truly believe that, right? Like, I truly believe that the reason that I do what I do and what a lot of people that do what I do is because there are people suffering, right? And we are truly living by our values, right? By doing what we do, right? But I think that sometimes that gets lost in the rigmarole, right? It gets lost in the debates and the arguments and the facts and trying to make sure you get everything right? Like we're trying to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row, that you're trying to you're trying to make sure that every day I come up here and that I'm trying to, make sure I have everything right. And I think that sometimes maybe it gets, I think maybe it just gets lost sometimes. And, it just kind of sucks. I wish that we could just do this without all the, all the shit that comes along with it, It's unfortunate that there's so much other stuff, but we can't let ourselves forget that shit either. We can't ever let it forget that shit, We can't forget that there are people suffering out here, right? And that's really why we're doing it. That marginalized communities in our nation are suffering more than anybody right now. And we have a voice and we have a change and we have stuff that, that we have to deal with. Anyways, sorry. I kind of lost. I kind of blanked. I don't know. My brain kind of went for a second. I'm going to take one more caller just because I said I was. And I keep this thing going. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. We are going to open the phone lines, do one more person. I'm going to hit a couple super chats real quick. Cryptol said, I'm joining the USMC. Yay or nay? Dude, if you got that, do it. Like, go for it, man. She Game said, way to be brave and share your story. Love you, Polly. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's about me. Not really about me. Erica, thank you so much for the donation, for the $1. I really appreciate that. Caden says, will you ever change your question? Yeah, of course I will. I used to have a lot of different questions, but this one's the most fun right now, so I'll change it whenever I feel the time is needed. But yeah. And Kevin, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. I think Kevin's gifted all 10 memberships. My goal was 8 and 9. So that puts me at, oh, sorry. There was actually another one. Should I missed it? I think it was Whitney. Whitney also joined. So that puts me at 11. Thank you so much for coming to member, Whitney. That puts me at 11 for the day on YouTube. And I only want to get to 8 on TikTok. And I think I'm at 7. I'm one short. I need one more. I need one more sub. I need one more sub on TikTok to hit that goal for the night. I really appreciate that. That should be 11. I got gifted 10 by Kevin and then 1 on Whitney. I think that was 11.
Hi.
Hello, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Pardon?
Do you support Trump?
Oh, no. Me and my sister and her boyfriend, we all get into a debate about that. They are Trump supporters, and I'm against.
All right, well, fuck it. What do you got to say?
Well, I'm a mother of 2 children. My youngest, I agreed with what I had overheard with the previous caller. Right now, I'm struggling because I had literally just overcome homelessness in my hometown, and I'm trying to help other people in my hometown who are also going through the same situations. There's no shelter nearby. And it's difficult because of the rules that Trump has set in place. Top it off, I barely get any help, and I am disabled as well. I can't even afford to get my child the type of formula he needs, and it's like close to $90.
I can't even afford my own medication for my disability, and that's $900.
I'm sorry. Did you say what state you lived in? I apologize if you did.
I'm from the state of Florida.
Oh, me too. Um, as and I've told this story on live before. I also needed assistance when my daughter was premature. She was born at 28 weeks. And that formula is very, very expensive. And what has been, how do I put this? Tell me, have things become more difficult lately? Have things been, have things, what's changed lately as far as your, the ability in order for people to be able to get services in Florida?
For me, I don't know for other people, but for me, it's been extremely hard to get services. Like my son's formula is Nutrimegan, and there's not even a single place where I can get that out unless I purchase it with my own money, and I don't have any money.
And so, are you saying it's $90 a can?
About $70 to possibly $90. It depends on where you get it from. If you get it from places like Walgreens or CVS, it's approximately around $70, almost $80. It makes me cry.
I truly can't even imagine. I remember my daughter's formula being like $50, $60 a can, and my daughter will turn for 15 soon, right? But $90 a can, especially
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Meanwhile, Trump is having like these extravagant events at the White House, and part of me doesn't want to blame him, but look at what he's doing.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like it's the events are not what's stopping things, right? And for people asking how many cans of formula go through or whatever, I remember when my daughter was young, I believe we were getting 10 cans of formula a month because I was on WIC, right, for that formula, right? And we were getting 10 cans of formula a month, and that was not covering the month in the slightest at all. It's and those events are disturbing, right? Those events are sad, but the events are minimal in compared to the fact that he has the ability right now to pass, federal legislation across the board to actually help people. But instead he's doing the opposite, right? Like things like SNAP are things that make sure that children, taking away SNAP benefits from people, that stops children from eating, right? When things like programs that help, mothers like yourself to be able to get formula, when those things are taken away, those are literally stopping children from eating, right? So when we're having these conversations about, you're, the same people come up to me and they talk about being pro-life or whatever, and they're like, oh, the babies. These are the same people that vote against people like you, who I'm talking to. I'm sorry, what was your name? I apologize.
My name's Ashley. I just subscribed to your channel today.
Oh, thank you so much.
A moment ago.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But we're talking about people like Ashley, right? Who truly, legitimately cannot get food for her baby. These are this is the argument that we're having, right? This is the, how do I put this? This is the dichotomy of their stance, right? There is no reason that we should have mothers, that we should have children that are going starving in this country, right? There's no reason starving of any age, right? But especially not infants that are on formula. There's no reason that we should have children that they can't eat in this country. We are the wealthiest nation on this planet, and we are feeding billionaires more money instead of helping people like Ashley, right? And especially in states like Florida, right? And as somebody who also lives in Florida, right? And has watched everything from, like women's health deserts and stuff like that, poor education systems, like these systems are being taken away consistently within this state. Sorry, I didn't mean to soapbox and
Oh,
knowledge
you're
speak. I
perfectly
apologize.
fine. You're perfectly fine. I actually appreciate what you're saying a lot because I've been under so much since having my child. I don't hardly get anything. I get way less than the previously. I get like less than $300 in food stamps.
And for y'all that live in Florida, $300 is,
it's way less than $300.
$300 like doesn't cover shit out here. I don't know where everybody else lives, and I don't know how much grocery costs are for everything like that, but I'll tell you, like, for Ari and I, just Ari and I, that covers just over a week. Like a week, maybe a week and a half for just us two. Maybe. And it but hey, these are the programs that Republicans are consistently trying to rip away from us. Rip away from us, not me. Us. Yes, us. American citizens. Fucking humans. I said us because it's us. It's humans. Right?
Yeah.
It's human beings. People like Ashley suffering. The people like the last guest I talked to suffering. No one in this country, no one in the richest country in the world should have to be worried about whether their fucking child eats. And I'm sorry. And like, you guys know that one of my biggest motivations that I have in being in these spaces is my daughter. Right? And my daughter has been, the crux of a lot of things that I do. And having to worry about your child is something that is just something that's just shouldn't exist in this country. I have a lot of people that are asking for information on you. What part of Florida do you live in? If you don't mind me telling you, don't have to tell me like a city, just what part.
I'm from Apopka, Florida, Orange County.
Okay. Orange County. I'm not know if I remember with that or not. That's central?
Yeah.
Okay. Message me after you're done with this. Are you guys okay right now? Truly.
It's been really, really tough.
How old are you?
Like, I'm 27. I turned 28 very soon. I'm a single mom. Dad's not in the picture.
Okay. I'm gonna do something I normally don't do. Okay. I truly don't. Okay. Do you have Discord?
No, but I can probably try to download it.
Do you have, obviously, are you following me on you're following me on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
Do you have TikTok?
yes, I do.
All right. Okay. Get off the phone, get on TikTok, follow me on Polypolitics, okay?
Okay.
And send me a message and send me your Cash App and Venmo on TikTok, okay?
Okay.
Do it right now. Go. Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, Frederica, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Send me whatever. I'll make sure she gets it. I'll wait on her. If you guys are trying to get off or whatever, or if not, I'll probably post in a second. But go on. I was not planning on doing a fundraiser night. I was not trying to fucking do a fundraiser night. But we're doing a fundraiser night. I can't fucking stand this shit. This is fucking crazy. My Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, all of them are at Polypolitics. Just like my name on TikTok, on Twitch, on YouTube. Get rid of the 1.0. Whatever you send to me right now, well, I will make sure it makes it to her. I don't do fundraisers very often. I don't do them very lightly, and I do not fucking. Tara, thank you so much for the $50. I really, really appreciate that. Phil, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. For Frederica, thank you so much for the $20. I really, really appreciate that. Any dollars that we get will go to her right now. I can't stay on all night. I'm supposed to be off 20 minutes ago. But we're doing it. Veronica, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate that. Edward, thank you so much for the $15. I really appreciate that. Carla, thank you so much for the $20. I really, really appreciate that. Mabel, thank you so much for the $20. I really appreciate that.
It's insane.
Joey, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really, really appreciate that. Ronald, thank you so much for the £2. I really appreciate that. Sharon, thank you so much for the $50 PayPal. I really, really appreciate that. Sandra, thank you so much, $20 for the lady. Really appreciate that. Ryan, thank you so much for the $20. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure she contacts me. I'm not ignoring you guys at all. I really, really apologize. Thank you guys so much. Keep it coming. I really, really, you guys know this means the world to me. Keep it coming. I'm trying to make sure that she fucking finds me so I can help this poor mother out. I'm Candace, thank you so much. Cameron, thank you so much. Both for the $10. Christine, thank you so much for the $10. Tara, thank you so much for the $100. Oh my God. W to Tara, thank you so much. Raymond, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Cash Apps, no PayPal, all at Polypolitics, Super Chats, the whole 9 yards. You guys send it over. I will make sure it gets where it needs to go. Justin, thank you so much. Am I not on the right? What is going on here? That Plex guy, thank you so much for the $20. I really appreciate that.
Insane.
Sharif, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I really, really appreciate that also. Ami, thank you so much for the $25 Venmo. I appreciate that. Melanie, thank you so much for the $5 on Cash App. I really, really appreciate that also. Ashley, if you're there, I have not received your message on TikTok. Ashley, message me on TikTok so I know I can make sure this goes where it's supposed to go. Christy, thank you so much for the $25. Minnie, thank you so much for the 10. I really appreciate that. Pinky, I saw that for the 5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all.
It's insane.
VJ, thank you so much for the Formula Fund. Alex, thank you so much for the Formula
It's
Fund.
insane.
Sharif, thank you so much for the Formula Fund. Christy, I'm not sure if I said thank you already, but thank you again. I really appreciate that. Monica, thank you so much for the fund. I appreciate that also. Hold on real quick. I'm getting... Oh, shit. Hold on. Samantha, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Where is... Ari, if you're in here, can you come here? Christina, thank you so much for the $20. I appreciate that also. Andres, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate that. MKN, thank you so much for the $15 super chat. I appreciate that. Benjamin, thank you so much for the $5. Alexis, thank you so much for the PayPal. I appreciate that. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure. I do not want to. I'm just trying to make sure that I get this to the right person, and I need Ari's help. Say hi, Ari. Everybody's saying hi to you.
Hello. I forget where your camera's at.
Right there.
Because apparently
Tara, that's what I'm trying to get right now, so that whoever messages me has to confirm that. That's exactly what I'm getting right now. That is exactly what I'm doing right now, which is why I asked. Yeah, that's why I asked her up here. Krista, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate that.
You gotta scroll. You're gonna have a bit to scroll. You were on the phone for a moment there. Keep going.
Sorry if you guys are seeing, if you guys are sending fundraiser stuff and I'm not responding. I'm sorry. I'll get right back to it. I'm trying to make sure that I can. Oh, I know. I clicked it on accident.
Oh.
I know. I mean, I didn't click it. I just. Yep. Let me.
Click on it. See how long? 12 minutes. Yeah, that tracks.
12 minutes. That should be about right. Okay. Let me add her in here.
Oh yeah, you don't have to do that.
Oh, let's go.
Add.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put a little.
scroll a little bit more. I want to see about the.
Yeah, for everyone saying she subbed on YouTube. That's just following.
30,000 people.
Yeah, there's I'm sure like about 31,000 people at this point. I'm not gonna find her at this point.
You can't even go through subs on YouTube like you can on TikTok. So.
Vivek, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
No, keep scrolling. I wanted you to.
You want to make sure?
Want to make sure it wasn't. We're not.
Thank you so much for the $20, Horace. Thank you so much for the $3. I appreciate that.
I'm trying to remember how long you were on the phone with the first lady.
Mm.
So I want you to keep. Damn. Keep going. Man, she called quite a few times to get on.
Yeah, that seems wrong. Ashley, call back right now. Ashley, if you're here, call back right now because I'll recognize the voice.
Well, you'd have to turn off Do Not Disturb.
Oh, yeah, I would have to turn off Do Not Disturb. Ashley, call back right now. I need to be able to verify it's you. Hello?
Hello.
You're not Ashley. Hello? Hello? Oh, that was Junie. That was the girl right before.
Oh,
yeah. Hello?
It's me, Ashley. You suck, fat.
Hello?
You've already answered that one.
All right. Aiden, thank you so much.
Another one.
Hello?
Hey, I just wanted to say.
Hello? Hello?
Hang up. You already answered that one.
Hello?
You already answered that one. You already answered that one.
Well, then let's start blocking them. That one's one I already answered. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, the one that's right there, yeah.
And these ones too?
Yep. And then the only other one is this one. That 248 number. Oh, I was looking for these a moment ago.
Oh, wait, there's
There she is.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, I just got on TikTok and I saw that you said to call back.
All right. Well, I called the correct number. I got the correct number then. I had saved you correctly, Ashley. So that's all I was making sure. Message me on TikTok, and I want you to message me your phone number. Okay? If you message me your phone number, then I'll know it's you, and that's how I'll know how to help you out. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You good?
Yeah,
Don't be embarrassed.
just a lot of other stuff going on, and I don't know.
Message me. I'll talk to you there. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay. I know who Ashley is. Adeline, thank you so much. I really appreciate that PayPal. Thank you so much. And Krista, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Click on her again. That way we can remember the phone number.
Oh, yeah. It'll be fine.
You're not get that.
All right. I'm going to... What are you doing? Laura, thank you so much for the $20 PayPal. I appreciate that for Ashley. I'm gonna go talk to Ashley and figure out. She's gonna figure some stuff out. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'll make sure she gets gets the funding. Not a question. Okay. I'll make sure that she's taken care of. And thank you guys all for making sure that she's taken care of. Okay. I appreciate you guys. All right. I need to get with Ashley, make sure everything's cool. All right. So
It's insane.
I will give you guys an update in the Discord later on tonight. Okay? I'll give you guys an update in the Discord later on tonight. You guys are absolutely awesome. I will see you guys on Friday. Tomorrow's my day off. Okay? I will see y'all on Friday. Hope you all have a wonderful night. All right? I love y'all. Thank you guys so much for supporting. I really do appreciate you. Okay? Bye.